Not everyone loves living in Kelowna, and lately, more people are starting to share why. Kelowna is one of the fastest growing cities in Canada, but not everyone is sticking around. From wildfires and affordability to infrastructure concerns, more people are asking whether this is still the right place to live. In this video, we're breaking down the top reasons people regret living in Kelowna and why some decide to leave altogether. But make sure you stick around until the end because we're also going to cover 5 reasons why so many people still choose to stay and why Kelowna's population keeps growing year after year. So, whether you're weighing a move or wondering if it's time to go, this will help you see the full picture. Let's start with something that's become impossible to ignore: wildfires. And this isn't about a bad fire season here or there anymore. Wildfires have become their own season in Kelowna, and the impact is affecting how people feel about living here long term. In 2023, the McDougall Creek fire forced over 35,000 residents to evacuate. Entire neighborhoods were under threat, the city was blanketed in smoke, and families had to make split second decisions about what to take and where to go. The emotional toll goes beyond the headlines, too. It's the constant uncertainty each summer. It's checking air quality before letting your kids play outside. It's keeping a go bag ready just in case. And for some families, that level of stress year after year becomes unsustainable. Wildfires are happening across Western Canada, but Kelowna's dry climate and proximity to forested areas make it particularly vulnerable. And as climate patterns continue to shift, this concern isn't going away anytime soon. The second issue people bring up is crime and homelessness, and it's changing how residents feel about their community. Kelowna now has one of the highest property crime rates in the country. Theft, break ins, and open drug use have become more visible, especially in and around the downtown core. Visible homelessness has surged dramatically in recent years. Tent encampments are now a regular sight in parks and public spaces, and many long term residents say the city feels different than it did even 5 years ago. And this isn't about lacking compassion, it's about safety, predictability, and the challenge of raising a family or running a business when these concerns are part of daily life. For some, the visible struggles in the community have become a tipping point. They're choosing to relocate to places where they feel more secure and where their social challenges feel more manageable. Here's something that could catch some people off guard: traffic. Commuting in the Okanagan used to be simple. You could get anywhere in 15 minutes within the city, but as Kelowna's population has grown, the infrastructure hasn't kept pace. The city relies on just two main highways and a single 5 lane bridge to move residents across the lake and thousands of vehicles each day. During peak hours, that bridge becomes a total bottleneck. Commutes that used to take minutes now take significantly longer, and there are very few transit alternatives. It's still better than the lower mainland, but the trend is heading in the wrong direction. And for people who moved here specifically to escape congestion and long commutes, this shift feels like a broken promise. When infrastructure lags behind growth, every day becomes more stressful. And stress over something as routine as getting to work or picking your kids up adds up quickly. Now, let's talk about affordability, because that is often the deciding factor. Kelowna ranks as one of Canada's least affordable housing markets. Home prices have climbed steadily over the years, and while prices have softened more recently, home ownership remains expensive and out of reach for many families. Even as interest rates have come down, the barrier to entry hasn't gone away because the overall cost of living continues to squeeze household budgets. I recently had a client who was looking to buy in Kelowna, and they decided to buy in Penticton instead. They were able to get more home and more space for their budget, so they ended up spending less and they got more, and that made all the difference for their family. But for many families, the math just doesn't work anymore. They're choosing to relocate to smaller Okanagan communities like Vernon or Penticton, or even further into the interior, to Alberta, or beyond, where their money goes further and home ownership still feels within reach. And it's not just about the price tag, it's about quality of life. When housing costs consume such a large portion of your income, It limits your ability to save, invest, and enjoy the lifestyle you moved here for in the first place. Making informed real estate decisions means understanding the full financial picture. And for some buyers, that picture is clearer somewhere else. It's not about giving up on the dream of homeownership, it's about finding where that dream is still achievable. The fifth reason people are reconsidering Kelowna is something harder to quantify, but it's felt deeply: the city's changing identity. As Kelowna grows, so does concern around overdevelopment and a loss of character. New high rises are transforming the downtown skyline, big box stores are replacing farmland and orchards on the outskirts, and what was once a laid back, vineyard filled lake town is starting to feel more like a mid sized urban center. For longtime residents and people who moved here for that small town charm, this shift can feel jarring. The pace is faster, the crowds are bigger, and the sense of community that once defined the region feels like it's being stretched thin. But growth isn't always bad, but when it happens faster than a community can adapt, people feel disconnected from the place they used to love. And for some, that's reason enough to explore other options. So, with all these challenges, why are people still moving to Kelowna? And why do so many choose to stay? Well, the answer lies in the other side of the story. Because while these concerns are real, so are the reasons people continue to call this place home. Let's start with what draws people here in the first place: the natural environment. Kelowna gets over 2,000 hours of sunshine per year, and you get to experience all four seasons. You're surrounded by lakes, mountains, and trails, and whether you're into hiking, biking, paddleboarding, or just taking in the view, the access to nature here is unmatched. Plus, you have two world-class ski resorts within an hour, and some of the country's best golf courses right here in our backyard. For outdoor enthusiasts, this is paradise. Beyond the scenery, there's a quality of life here that's hard to replicate anywhere else. Dozens of world class wineries, local breweries, and farm to table restaurants create a lifestyle that's both laid back and elevated. You can spend your Saturday mornings at a farmer's market and your evening on a vineyard patio. That combination is rare, and it's a big part of why people fall in love with this place. Even with rapid growth, Kelowna hasn't lost all its heart. Despite the growth, Kelowna still has a strong sense of community. There's festivals, local businesses, artists, and farmers markets that bring people together. There's a genuine effort to preserve the small town spirit, and for many families, that connection is worth everything. Now, let's address the crime concerns that we talked about earlier, because context matters here. Yes, crime is a concern in certain areas of the city, but many neighborhoods across Kelowna remain peaceful, tight knit, and family friendly. Parents still feel comfortable letting their kids ride bikes to the park, and neighbors still know each other. Context matters, and it's important to look at the full picture. Finally, there's the versatility of the lifestyle itself. Kelowna truly is a four seasons playground. You can paddleboard and enjoy beach days in the summer, ski and snowboard in the winter, and golf almost year round. If you value an active, outdoor focused life, Kelowna delivers in every single season. Here's the reality. Like any city, Kelowna comes with trade offs. For some, the rising costs, traffic, and changing identity are deal breakers, and that's okay. Making the right decision for your family means understanding what you can live with and what you can't. But for others, the climate, lifestyle, and community make every challenge worth it. They see the growth as opportunity. They adapt and they stay. The key is having all the information so you can make a decision that fits your life, your goals, and your budget. That's how you move forward with confidence and avoid regret down the road. Whether you're considering a move to Kelowna or wondering if it's time to explore other options, understanding both sides of the story helps you see clearly. And that clarity is what leads to better decisions and fewer anxious moments along the way. If you want to stay in the loop on all things Kelowna real estate, go ahead and hit subscribe. And when you're ready to talk about your own plans, reach out to me. There's a link in the description to book a call at a time that works best for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.